and welcome back. So today's video I am going to be sharing with you my experience of preparing for a baby. So you're pregnant and you're really excited and you're so happy that your baby's going to be coming, but actually there's a little bit of preparation that you might want to put in before you actually have your baby, so you just feel a bit more organised and like you've got everything together. So I'm just going to be sharing with you some of the things that I did and kind of a few top tips on preparing for your baby. I've broken this down into three main categories, being finance or money, shopping, because that's a big part of it, and general sort of health, well-being, life planning. Starting off with finances and money. So ideally, if you maybe thought about it in advance and planned in advance that you're going to have a baby, you might have a little bit of money sort of saved aside, a bit of a nest egg, which is great. But in reality, lots of people, hands up me, you probably aren't in that situation where you have necessarily been really organised and been saving in advance to have your baby and all the general expenses and things like that that may go with it. If that's the case, then I do have a few tips for you that I'm hoping will help. First and foremost is look for bargains. So if you know what you want to buy, then it's totally fine to get online, do your research and find out, where you can get it a bit cheaper. There are obviously comparison sites. I'm sure there must be some sort of baby stuff comparison site, but if there isn't, just type it into the Google search engine and you'll see all the list of where you can buy things and all the different prices of that particular item. I would also suggest using things like eBay. eBay is great if you want to get new and second-hand stuff for your baby. There might be some items that you're a little bit reluctant to buy second-hand, maybe a mattress or something like that, or a car seat. But there's so many things you can buy, bundles of baby clothes on eBay from quite good brands as well, like Next or Mothercare, that people are selling, and you can get those for a tenner or a bit less, or maybe a little bit more. It just depends on your budget and what you're looking for. Also Amazon. So Amazon have a warehouse section where you can buy items that maybe someone had bought and returned, so it's in really good condition, but maybe all the box is maybe damaged or not great, but the item itself is still really good, and then they'll sell it at a slightly more reduced price. So yeah, Amazon warehouse is definitely a really, really good tip that I have found as well. I would also really strongly suggest using cashback sites. So I personally use Top Cashback. It's so good because they have all the major retailers. You can find everything on there, from Currys to PC World, Kiddie Care, Mothercare, everything you can think of. Next, everything's on there, and they will often have really good deals on specific items, or just the shops will just have really good deals that you can get through Top Cashback, and you can also earn cashback on your spends and on your purchases. So I think it's quite a good idea, because yeah, you're spending, but at least you're making a little bit of money back as well. So definitely check things out like Top Cashback. There's also Quidco. I've not personally signed up with that one, so I'm not sure how good it is, but it's worth a look. This one is a little bit controversial for some people, but baby showers are also a really good way of maybe saving some money on items that you may want to buy for your baby. You could ask for gift vouchers if you're having a baby shower. I know some people are really against them and some are really for them, but if you are having a baby shower, then yeah, asking for gift vouchers or having a little bit of a wish or gift list of things that people could buy for you. That way, it saves you having to go out and buy it yourself, and it's quite nice to receive lovely gifts from your friends and family. And also, friends and family, if you're not having a baby shower, they might offer to buy you things. I know we had lots of people asking us, what do you need, what would you like? So that's also a really great way of stocking up on baby things with particularly if you're pretty budget conscious at that time. Most of the things that we got for our little boy, we bought ourselves. Actually, we didn't save in advance, which is quite silly of us. I think going into it again, I would certainly start thinking in advance and saving for the baby. But I would say do it in small chunks. That's what we did. So don't feel pressured that you have to go out and buy everything for your child all in one weekend and all in one paycheck, and then you're basically just living off bread and water for a month. Sat down, I wrote a list of the key things I wanted to buy, and then off of that list decided which month I was going to buy them. Particularly for the bigger purchases like buggy and a car and things like that may be a bit more expensive. That really helped. I also think it's really important to just not get too carried away as well. Like, the truth of the matter is, babies really don't need that much. There's only like a few basics that they're likely to need. They don't need every single gadget going. It's not necessary. You really don't need that much stuff. You can get by with, you'd be surprised with minimal amount of things. So I would definitely say don't overdo it with the shopping. That leads me very nicely, like a smooth segue, onto the next kind of segment or topic, which is actually shopping. What do you want to buy for your baby? Now, it's a very personal choice. You can get whatever you want to buy for your child. It's entirely up to you. But sometimes it's quite useful and handy to have a bit of an idea of what are maybe some of the key basics that you might want to get to actually get you started. My kind of top basics would be, I would say, a sterilizer, bottles. Even if you're planning on breastfeeding, because if you choose to mix breast milk or when you choose to move on to formula, it's really good to have that there already as a backup so you're nice and organised. It's entirely up to you what you choose to buy, what brand, but we went for Tommee Tippee, and then we also bought some Dr. Brown's bottles as well. I would strongly recommend the Dr. Brown's bottles because they are really great if your baby maybe struggling with colic or wind. You're obviously going to need somewhere for your baby to sleep, whether you choose to co-sleep or have your baby in a different room. You're going to need somewhere for it to sleep, so a cot and some sort of cot bedding as well. Also, we bought like the cellular blankets for him, so the idea being that they keep him warm in the winter but cool in the summer because they're really breathable. And we got a few from Next and from Mothercare. And of course, you're going to need to buy a buggy and like a car seat. We went for a travel system sort of bundle from Mamas and Papas, where we were able to get the buggy, the car seat and the carry cot. I think we got everything for just under £500, which is actually pretty good value for money, which I'm really pleased with, and it does a brilliant job. The other things that I think are pretty essential that you'll need are nappies and clothing. With regards to nappies and clothes, I would suggest buying a few sizes. It might be a bigger baby, so you might go straight into 0 to 3 months, or like us, our son was quite small, so we had to buy a lot of the tiny baby stuff for him, just so you've got like a few options to kind of like carry you through those first few sizes. I also went as far as buying him a few items up until to 12 months, so I know for the first year he's got enough clothes to get him through, and also when he starts getting into those older sizes, he's got something to kind of carry him through initially, and then we can just top it up and buy more. A couple other like add-ons that I would say are really key are lots of muslins. You cannot have enough muslins. Those and bibs. We go through, I don't know how many in a day. Like babies, they do so many like sit-ups and they're so dribbly. I'm constantly changing Grace's bib, constantly using muzzies because yeah, they're just great for cleaning up messes and spills. So moving on to kind of like some more general kind of like lifestyle things that you might want to do while you're preparing for your baby. I would say, first of all, make time before your baby arrives for you and your partner. It's so important because once your baby's here, you get really caught up in all the baby stuff that your relationship can sometimes go on the back burner. we went on like a little mini kind of breakaway for a night just before we had our baby, and that was one of the best things that we could have done, because once he arrived we had zero time like to do anything apart from look after the kid and sleep. It was like, oh, this is intense. Another top tip, and something I wish that I did in advance, was to batch cook a bunch of food and stick it in the freezer. So things that freeze well, like maybe, I don't know, like fried rice dishes or lasagnas or spaghetti bolognese, chili, things that, you know, or like casseroles, stews, things that freeze really well and defrost well and don't go horrible and soggy. Soups even are quite good as well. But batch cook them, stick them in the freezer so you've got enough meals to maybe get you through the first few weeks until you're back on your feet and feel like you can face getting in the kitchen and cooking it. I think that's pretty much everything. If you have got any top tips on preparing for a baby, then how about you leave your comment down below to help other mums out that may be looking for it, and also help me out because I'm still trying to figure it all out myself. But I thought I would just share with you like a few things that I've kind of picked up along the way. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.